Kitty! Today we're going to the museum and I am so excited. Come on, Kitty! I discovered that they have uncovered some trail ruins and they've put this museum up in dedication to them. And they found all sorts of artifacts and stuff like that. So let's go check it out. Alright, let's sign up. Gotta give them my emeralds. 2 emeralds to join. There we go. Get my ticket. Get a wristband. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Well, Kitty, what do you think? Ooh, there's a guest book. I should sign this. There we go. Done. Alright. Ooh. Museum is not responsible for injury. Use caution. Oh, so I can get on it? What you see before you is a replica of a section of the tower found in the ruins. This is what archaeologists think the tower may have looked like in its heyday. Rising above the settlement, this tower would have been visible from far and wide, and would have been an easily distinguished landmark to guide the weary traveler. Feel free to climb the ladder and staircase within your own risk. Okay, well, come on, Kitty, we gotta check this out. It's okay. If you don't come, you don't come. Ah, you can't get up very high. It's in the roof. That's okay. Okay, Kitty, I'm coming back down. Well, that's cool. This looks really nice. Can you imagine being there and seeing this? That would be cool. Ooh. Ah, this is the map of the ruins. Very nice, very nice. Let's see. 1, visitor center and museum. 2, ruins, trail, and the ruins. Very nice. I bet you they did a lot of work to get this set up. Good job, Kitty. Alright. This building has been suggested as a leather worker's workshop. Players may recognize the cauldron, which is used to dye leather for armor. But was it used that way by the ancient inhabitants of the site? It is also possible that the cauldron was used in the building as a water source for animals in the dirt floor pens instead. Archaeology is full of possible outcomes that are strengthened or weakened by contextual evidence. What do you think went on in that building? I could see how it could be either. Do you like the stand, Kitty? It's a nice stand. Let's see. The presence of wheat seeds throughout the site would suggest that wheat was a product used by the ancient inhabitants. Wheat is the main ingredient of bread in these worlds, suggesting that people may have consumed bread regularly. I mean, I know I like consuming bread regularly, so that makes sense to me. Beetroot seeds are found less frequently than wheat in the site. Many modern villages have beetroot farms within their borders. Is it possible this site was an early village? Oh, I mean, beets are also really good, so. Oh, and some wheat. These remnants of a common food source would suggest that wheat may have been stockpiled nearby. Also suggests that wheat was an important crop to the ancient inhabitants. These 2 hoes were the only tools found in the excavation. Both of these hoes were found at opposite ends of the site. One was found in a building near the tower, while the other one was found at a possible merchant's stall. As these are tools of farming, it is surprising that neither of them were found near a farm. This fact suggests the idea that these hoes had outlived their usefulness, or perhaps they were used symbolically as a sign of profession. Interesting. I wonder if maybe they were selling hose and some of the hose ended up surviving. That would be interesting. What is agriculture without animals? What do you think, Kitty? Speaking of leads and animals. Oftentimes, things make their way into archaeological sites when they weren't really there in history. So, what is an archaeologist to do when something seems likely to have been a more modern addition like this dead bush? How would you explain the dead bush? Well, I don't know, Kitty. What do you think? Yeah, I got nothing too. Ooh. With the presence of a crafting table, there can be no doubt that this building served as a workshop. The question is then, a workshop for what? With a crafting table, any number of items are possible, from the wooden hose in the previous room to the many candles and pots that likely decorated the walls of this ancient site. That's true, that's true. Unglazed terracotta, like you see here, was used heavily by the ancient builders of this site. Why build with this material when there are many others that are easier? Perhaps it was an aesthetic choice, or perhaps the effort put into the act of building was its own reward. I mean, sometimes crafters do things the hard way just for the fun of it, so I could see that. When comparing the color of stained glass to the surviving dyes, you may notice a few colors missing. Pink, magenta, red, and purple dyes were not found in the ruins. Is it possible that the dyes were all used up, or could it be that those particular dyes just did not survive? Ooh, that's true. Around this room, you will find many items that have a single ingredient in common: dye. This display shows the many colors of dye found within the site. Interesting. Oh, and candles. Candles have been used for lighting the world over. Their soft glow is a marked contrast from the campfires and torches of this world. Another use for candles may have been for decoration. These candles are colored many different colors and were found scattered all over the site. I wonder if they traded for dyes and stuff, like traded for different dyes. So the dyes that they had on site maybe were the dyes. Oh, can you get off the table? The dyes they had on site were maybe the ones that they were trading. And then maybe people brought in different dyes and they traded stuff for different dye colors. What do you think, Kitty? You kind of blend in with the color. Glazed terracotta, like the example you see before you, is a beautiful, if just a little frustrating, building material. Archaeologists debate whether there is a meaning behind the color choices or patterns used in the construction of the buildings. I do know a lot of the times we do like to make patterns mean stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised, like if this one was like the sun, and then I don't know what pattern that makes. I wonder if it was somewhere else. Maybe we'll see it later. But yeah, like this one could be like flowers or like the sun. That would be cool. Ooh, it's the road. Under your feet, you'll see a full-size replica of the road in the ruins. Notice the gutter running along one edge, and the evenly spaced holes running along the middle. Archaeologists think that the holes may be from wooden poles that supported an awning and has since rotted away. Ooh. they are pretty evenly spaced. Except for these ones. The 4 terracotta blocks you see around you are simulated supports for the tower. The road runs through the middle of the tower, connecting it to the rest of the buildings, and may have been traveled by many people who visited the ancient site. Ah. Oh yeah, these terracotta blocks. Alright, alright. This one could be the moon, the sun and the moon. And then this one could be like a campfire with people around a campfire. Oh, these are nice. Did you notice the one mud brick block within the road? Mud brick was used for many of the buildings, while cobblestone and stone bricks were exclusively used for the road and stall platforms. Archaeologists do not know why the occasional mud brick is used in the road. Where's the mud? Ah, the one mud brick. Interesting. Though emeralds are used as currency nowadays, it can't be said for certain if they were used that way in history. One use for emeralds outside of currency is in armor trims. Ah. Another material used for coloring armor trims is gold. It has been suggested that the discovery of this gold shows its use in that regard. I wonder how long ago how long currency has been used, because I feel like it's also useful to trade goods for goods as well. Like, say, trading different kinds, so if it's easier to make a certain kind of dye in this area, then maybe they could trade for other dyes that are hard to get in this area. Ooh, I like this mixture. This armor trim is known as the Razor armor trim. Archaeologists have wondered whether or not the name of these trims hold any significance. If so, what would it mean? Ah. This armor trim is known as the Shaper trim. If the names of these armors hold any meaning, this one is a little more obvious, as a smithing table and a smelting operation was discovered on the site. Ooh. Interesting. I like how this one's like a bit more plain than all of the others too. I wonder if it was like an early rendition of when they started doing armor trims, and then they just got more fancy from there. These two look... Oh, I was gonna say, these two look the same! This armor trim is known as the Wayfinder. It is seen on 2 sets of leather armor here. Leather armor is assumed to be the armor produced on site, as no pieces of metal armor were found. Leather would have rotted away long ago, leaving just the templates behind. I feel like it could almost represent like waves, like with how it goes up and down like that on the armor. I feel like it'd be so hard to, in the blocky format, to really kind of get that across if that's what they were trying to do. This building is the smithing building. Found within was a smithing table, replica seen here, and furnaces. A smithing table is used in crafting armor, while the furnaces have many different functions. One function that was possibly used here is the smelting down of metals to use in the decoration of armor via armor trims. Ooh. Very cool. Very cool. And coal. Coal is a common item used in furnaces to power them. Though many items can be burned in a furnace, it is coal that most people use early on. Coal can also be found as the byproduct of a broken campfire, and the origin of this particular piece is heavily debated. Interesting. This is like the secret back hallway to show the back of the building, so when you're playing hide and seek, you just hide back here and then nobody can find you. Huh. Whoa, this one's the pottery room. Nice. Ooh, there's a wolf on here, kitty. And a creeper. And hearts and broken hearts. Let's start at the back. Another one. Alright, let's start at the beginning. Raw clay, like what is found here, is the beginning of any flower pot or decorated pot. With so many sherds having been found, it is no surprise that many pieces of raw clay were also recovered on site. Raw clay, once fired, becomes a brick, and this brick can be used for any number of items. 3 bricks can be fashioned into a flower pot. 4 bricks into a diamond pattern. In a diamond pattern become an undecorated pot, and in a square pattern become a brick block. This is commonly referred to as a flower pot, but this is its modern use. Its use in history may have been different. This particular pot was found in a common area near a bench. This suggests the pot may have been an ancient drinking vessel. I do know that like clay and wood is very often used in historical. This building with its extensive basement has stumped archaeologists. In the basement was found 2 blast furnaces, which are commonly used for smelting, but above ground very few things were present. That's the sad thing about like historical buildings and stuff, hey? When they're broken and everything, then you don't always... Ooh, that looks kind of like waves. At least from far away here. When they're broken down, you can guess, but you just don't really know what it was like, eh? Huh. These sherds were all recovered from within the ruins. They have been classified as the following. Heart, a heart-shaped design that's similar to many hearts we all share. Heartbreak, a broken heart designed indicative of pain and loss. Howl, this design features the likeness of a wolf or dog and suggests the domestication of wolves, or at the very least, the presence of them. These sherds were all recovered from within the ruins. They have been classified as the following. Danger. This design depicts the likeness of a creeper, a 3-legged creature said to haunt the night. Bird. A fire is a main motive of this design. Whether it is a campfire or a candle is unknown. Sheaf. The farming theme is strengthened by the sheaf of wheat, further cementing the grain's importance within this culture. Oh yeah, I guess so, hey? Just gotta get a little bit of a higher view. And the back door. Gotta get me some snacks. Gotta eat my carrots that I brought for a snack. Ooh. And they have some good options here, but it's unfortunate I didn't bring any money. Welcome to the ruins. You will find a trail that goes through the ruins along the road, and 2 trails on either side of the ruins. There's no right way to walk through, so feel free to take any path you like. Alright. Come on, kitty. It's time to go. Oh, and then these are like, if this was the supply building? Or not supply building, the... The armors? And the roadway. Ah, man, it'd be so cool to see this in its heyday, hey? And all the people going around. Oh. Gotta be faster, kitty. Thank you for the tour of the museum. It was very nice. See you next time. Oh, come on, kitty. There you go. After a fun afternoon at the museum, it's time to go home. Oh, she broke the lead again. Alright, it's time to go home. Hey everyone! If you made it to the end of my video, thank you so much for watching. And I just have a couple of things to say. First off, I clearly did not make any of this. This was made by Daskalos and Oda. So if you want to go check out their channels, I have them linked in the description. And I am just a fan, and I really enjoyed watching both Daskalos and Oda. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video as a tribute to watching the trail ruins be dug up and watching the museum be built. So thank you for building these, and thank you for making such great entertaining and informational and educational videos. and have a great night or day or afternoon or evening, and bye bye.